What is up, guys?
We're doing our intro. We're gonna make it all fancy for you guys. Let's do this. Welcome to the 12th episode of the City Boy Show. It's something a little different today because we know we're going to be too lazy to record later. So we're recording live at the stadium. What is going on?
Did you hear how quiet it is? This is post-game. This is 15 minutes after the game, but I could tell you it was just this quiet during the game.
We have to talk about that. Where were the drums? Where was the emotion? It just felt dead in this stadium.
Bro, it's a 5-game losing streak. It's a Wednesday.
Not losing, winless streak.
Sorry, 5-game winless streak. It's on Wednesday. Somebody mentioned there's a lot of graduations happening right now.
I'm going to graduation tomorrow. There are graduations happening.
So,
I almost didn't make it to this game.
You see what I mean? Look, you got the fresh haircut for the graduation. It's probably the best thing that happened all week. It's been brutal, man. That was a tough loss. This was tough, man. This is our first game that we lost at Yankee Stadium this season.
Yeah, and we just lost our first game at Citi Field, so we're just on a bad streak. Let's get into this lineup, though. I mean, I think first of all, the lineup was like, okay, there's a lot of changes here. There's a lot of things that we weren't expecting. Matt Freese starts at goalkeeper. Let's go through the lineup. Matt Freese, Brian Cooper, Maxine Chanel, Tavon Gray, Tony Alfaro, James Sands, Santi Perea, Turnbull, Keaton Parks, and Gabe Siegel. When you saw the lineup originally, what was your thought process?
I thought, man, there's a lot of people excited. Freese is starting. I don't know if they lived up to the hype that we expected, but, it was a tough game. And honestly, I thought Freese was solid. What'd you think of him?
No, I thought Freese was solid, but these goals that were scored were ridiculously good. That's the crazy part. They weren't just like some easy chip shot goals. These were hard shots that just went in, and it was a tough spot to be put in. But I will say there was a lot of tension throughout this whole game. Even though the tension wasn't in the stands, it was on the field.
Yeah, it was chippy. And this ref, unfortunately, this game came more about the ref than it did about the team. We had 8 yellow cards, I believe. I think we might have ended with 9 yellow cards. And it just became this game where, and on the, I think we have it here, on the 35th minute, that disallowed goal. That was ridiculous.
That was around the 30th minute. Perea did a beautiful shot, as Perea always does, and then Siegel gets called for a foul. Initial thought, did you see a foul?
I didn't see a foul. I thought originally it might have been an offsides, but I didn't see the offsides either. And then we saw the replay and we realized that was the softest foul. I don't understand why they didn't VAR it.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It was a horrible call, to be honest. Like, even it's funny, Joe Tallison at halftime was like, I've seen bad calls. That was a bad call.
Yes.
He's like, they might have their reasoning, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, isn't it nice to have Joe Tallison back, though?
Joe Tallison needs to come. He brings the realness. He was like, Troy Press, wait. We got to talk about this. This should not have happened. So, yeah, it was good to see.
It was good to see. So this ref, unfortunately, changed the entire atmosphere to this game. And then after we gave up that, or after we lost that goal, shortly thereafter, we give up a goal.
Yeah, and the Acosta, it was his birthday today. My boy's celebrating well today.
You know what? Maybe the ref owed him a gift because he was gifting Cincinnati all night.
Yeah, we're gonna bring hopefully, guys, on this. We're gonna cut right into the press conference. We'll see if this all pans out the way we want it to. First time doing it, but yes, we will try to get to you on that. James Sands actually had a header that almost went in on the 17th minute. Like, we had shots, we had opportunities. We got to look at the side sheets, but it wasn't a game that we weren't in it. We were in it throughout, even when we allowed the third goal. I think we were still fighting back, but it just never came out.
I mean, their goalkeeper played really well. He's been playing really well this entire season, so it was a tough one. But also, I mean, we feel it sound like a broken record, but it's the finishing. The finishing hasn't been there. I felt like we had great tactics. I thought we made a lot of opportunities out there, but at the end of the day, we didn't score goals. And I keep sounding like a broken record, but I think it's because we need a true striker.
I agree. I mean, we do. We need something. Well, we have one thing I will say is Kufre came out. Kufre came out to play. He hasn't been starting. He finally got his start again. And what did we see? A goal from him.
Exactly.
And we saw he's deadly. He's a dangerous opportunity. He's a dangerous player out there on the field. So should we expect to see him more often now?
I hope so. I didn't really understand how O'Toole got the starting job, honestly. We were talking to Trey from Blue Balls, and they said that they asked Cushing, and what he was told was he won the job. But I don't think he won the job on the pitch. He must have won the job in practice. And unfortunately, practice doesn't always translate to the pitch. I haven't really been seeing that myself from O'Toole. I could be incorrect. Maybe the stats say otherwise. But in my opinion, Kufre looked talented out there. He looked like he was bringing it to the team, and he also looked motivated. I thought that was something really interesting too. And so my thoughts are, we gotta start more Kufre, man. If we had Kufre and we had Talis Magno out there, that could have been something real serious on the left.
Yes, I'm very distracted. I apologize, guys. But I'm trying to get this audio in. Go to system preference.
And then our boy saying it right here. Matt Freese did play really well in the first half. The second half, he was getting killed. But honestly, it wasn't going to be an easy. I mean, I don't know if anyone else could have made those shots. I mean, like, could Sean Johnson block those shots? Could Brossa block those shots? I don't think so, man. Those were some clean shots. So I can't put it too much on Freese. So it is what it is.
Guys, I'm having some technical difficulty.
But while you do that, oh look, we got our boy.
We might have the Zoom. Hold on.
Our sideline reporter Zoom is going to come and bring you the press conference live.
Oh no, we might be off, guys. Yeah, this isn't happening. The audio's not there.
That's all right. All we know is Kufre's not Kufre. Cushing sad. And I get it, man. This game is nothing but about margins, and we're getting so close. We're having opportunities, and we're not doing it. Also, Cushing kind of says the same thing over and over again. So am I too concerned about what he says? Not really.
I guess this goes to a bigger discussion. I mean, a lot of fans are chirping and saying, is Kufre the guy? I mean, is Nick Cushing the guy for us? We're at 6 winless right now. What are your thoughts? Like, final thoughts on his performance? Could he have put out a better lineup today?
I mean, we have injuries, man. We have Talis Magno out. Thiago Martins. Our understanding from what we're hearing is that Thiago Martins is going to be out for a long time. And we had Micha out. I think Turnbull played well for Micha, but at the same time, I just don't know. I wrote this on Twitter yesterday, and I'm standing by it. I think that we should let Cushing ride out the season. My thoughts are we don't have a striker, and since Cushing has had the head coaching job, he hasn't had a striker. And so, in my opinion, it is unfair to judge his performance when we don't have. And people keep saying we have the talent to win, but we have the talent in places and in all the positions but striker, and our number one problem is not finishing. So, like, to me, it seems pretty obvious that the issue is that we need a striker.
But you can keep saying that, oh, okay, the problem is we don't have a striker. We keep ending games 3-1. We haven't had a clean sheet in months. I feel like I don't even remember the last time we've had a clean sheet. So, yeah, you could blame it on, okay, we don't have a striker. And yes, granted, we don't have a striker right now, but it's more than that. The team's not gelling. We're still struggling. I don't know what to. Was this the lineup that? Was this the best possible lineup out of the players we had? I don't even know at this point anymore.
I mean, we have a game Saturday too, and we have to think about that, right? So, also, if you think about it, look at the team we played out there. Look at the performance we put out tonight. Who would you have had? Who would you have replaced? I thought the team we had out there was solid. Yeah, you know who I would have replaced? Siegel with the real striker. but we don't have one.
It's I don't know. It's a tough one. But it's not. I guess it's not an overnight fix. I just don't know what the overnight fix is. How we can start evolving the game. But if we keep getting into the game, I think we still had many opportunities to get back in this game, and we just didn't do it.
Agreed. And also, oh, yeah, actually, we mentioned right here, right? Brother mentioned that.
He's bringing in the comments. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
bro.
we
But
do
injury
appreciate.
is really killing us. We don't have any performance. We played through minutes, and I'm not sure we didn't have any chemistry. That's bad.
Yeah, and my question is, we don't have any chemistry, but we don't have any chemistry because we don't have, in my opinion, is because we have to keep tinkering with people to play this this fake striker position. Like if we keep trying to adjust to kind of deal with our weaknesses, right? We've been trying to figure out how to play number 9. We didn't come into the season with a plan on number 9. I mean, Talis Magno, it's failed. And so it's like now we're just coming up with stuff. So I don't know, man. I'm not saying that Cushing's not to blame for it. I just don't know if we had the greatest coach of all time. We had Pep out here. If he's going to go and give us a completely different, record.
So, but we also talked about how we still have this young, talented core that could take us far into this season. Do you not believe in this young, talented core anymore without a striker? Are we not good enough to compete at a high level if we don't have a striker?
I don't think so. I mean, we're showing it. It's midway through the season. But we're at the bottom of the standings.
And New England, I think, the last I saw, they were winning 2-0.
The game ended 3-3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short week for everyone. And I think one of the problems we have is depth.
Yeah.
And now we're hoping these guys like Talis Magno, who were injured, Thiago Martins comes back. We need these guys back before Saturday, or we might just fall into the same loop again. And we have the excuse on the road. Oh, we're not playing at home. We struggle on the road. It's fine. When we get back home, everything will be good again. Not everything's not good.
Yeah.
And fans are mad, and rightfully so. We haven't won in 6 games. It's been over a month since we had a win.
Yeah. I don't know if the answer is firing the coach, though, man.
I'm not saying firing the coach, but there is accountability, right?
Yes.
If you're not performing, there should be some accountability to that, and really, that's what's going on.
And the thing is, like, I think people are saying Lee out. Right, I think they wanted a pair, Lee and Cushing out, and I'm saying, what about Lee? Like, the thing is, Lee's also the team that brought us the championship, so it's hard. And Cushing was on that championship team too. I don't know, man. I'm not ready to give up. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't interim. He was assistant coach. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm ready to fail on these guys. I feel like we can turn it around. We were playing the best team today, and honestly, I think we could have won this game if the ref wasn't killing us. I think the ref really destroyed this game. It should have at least been 2-3, and it could have been different.
One would have been a goal.
So I'm just saying I would let Cushing right out till we get a striker. Let's see if we can turn it around.
Chances of this New England game?
It's not looking good.
Do we have any shot to win this?
I mean, according to the bettors out there. I'm not sure if this has changed since I checked before this game, but
the odds should heavily be lowered for us to win.
We'll see. But we got New England at -110. I mean, I'm sorry, we got us with a W at -110. We got the draw at +240, and we got New England winning at +270. So we are like heavy favorites to win this game.
It makes no sense.
But it's a 3:30 game.
Daytime game.
I
missed daytime.
Maybe
game.
that changes.
But
the
you know
vibes.
what? I missed midweek games, and it was horrible today. I missed the vibes were off.
Guys,
it was bad.
We need to get the drums on the payroll because what a difference in the vibe.
That's another thing. Like when you're down a goal, 2 goals, but you have the drums, you have the fans backing you. It just felt so quiet. Like it didn't feel like we had home field advantage, which is sad. We weren't down there, so we're we're in the press box, so it's a little bit of a different atmosphere up here. But still, usually you can hear that supporter sections from all the way out here, and you couldn't. So it felt like they were playing in a neutral site today.
Yeah, it really did, and it was not fun.
So Saturday, we need to bring it. We need to bring some drums, and we need to have that energy again.
It's hard, man, guys. I know it's a 6-game losing streak. I know it's hard to be like our 6-game winless streak. I know it's hard to say, hey,
and honestly,
let's show up.
We had one goal to tie it, which was like in the 89th minute against Orlando. So that could have been another loss there. So
yeah. Whoa, chill out. chill out with the losses. Okay. Is there anything else that we wanted to cover? I think we need Matt on the bench and have Luis on the field because he's a better goalie. But what's your opinion? Completely agree. I mean,
I guess that's a great point, Ramos. We need to talk about that. Like
Ramos, you call him by the last name, Mrs. Ramos here?
I didn't know how to say the first name. It was a good point regardless, because we should talk about that. Was that the right move to move over from Matt Freese?
Well, I think what happened was that Barassa played poorly last game. I'm a huge Barassa fan, but I thought that 3-1, and he was like, all right, now is the time to try to make a move. And it didn't work out. I mean, the sad thing is I want the team to win, but there's been so many people calling for Freeze that I'm a little glad he failed.
But before you say it didn't work out, did Matt Freeze play horrible? No,
he didn't.
Were
play
those
horrible.
goals ridiculously good? That set piece goal, by the way, we let another set piece go added to the bucket. I think we already had the most set piece goals allowed. But I mean, now we add another one.
But it wasn't like our defense gave it up on set piece. It was just a straight goal to the corner of the net.
Yeah, it hit the goal post. Unstoppable.
Yeah, agreed.
But I wouldn't say he played particularly bad. I mean, I thought. Oh, I forget the third. Oh, the third goal was a penalty. So
yeah.
So the first goal was a good goal from Acosta. The second one was a ridiculous shot, and the third one was a penalty. So Matt Freese didn't particularly play bad. Do you think Nick Cushing keeps going that route? And I wish we would have got the press conference because we probably would have heard somebody had to ask him about it, but we didn't practice hard enough on it.
We need a sideline reporter. So if anyone wants to join the team for absolutely free, we'll take you, so you can come in and ask Cushion the hard questions while we do the show.
Yeah, but point is, what was I gonna say? I got distracted. The new scenery, guys, not our studio.
What do you guys think to starting 11 going to be Saturday? So I think Micha. What I've heard from the rumors from actually our boy NYCFC source is that Micha should be back on Saturday.
That's confirmed. Is he going to be healthy?
It's not confirmed, but they are working on it.
Okay, so
that is what I've heard.
That Micha might be back.
Micha might be back
in the lineup.
And but I hear Thiago Martins is out long term. So I think if Thiago Martins is actually out long term, that we're going to need to start this formation again, 3 in the back.
Wait, one thing I will say is Alfaro. Would you say he particularly played well?
No.
I mean, he did allow the penalty, even though that was another questionable call. Nothing but questionable calls tonight. So does Alfaro keep starting in the back?
I mean, do you have another option? That's the problem. Is right now we're really low on depth.
You could put James Sands back, but then that kills our transition from midfield.
And Sands is just so solid in that. Maybe you try Alfredo Morales in that center back position. I think Alfredo Morales has shown that he can play it when he needs to. And honestly, I love seeing Morales out there.
Yeah. So back to the starting 11. We can see Micha probably Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Talis Magno. I mean, so we didn't see Ledesma because he got a bang on, what was it, Sunday?
Yeah.
No, Saturday. He got a bang on Saturday. So we saw him halfway. So I think he's going to be able to probably play the whole game on Saturday, hopefully, because he had limited minutes this game. He came in like the 65th minute. So we can see Ledesma back. So we can start seeing some of our good players come back on the field. Hopefully Talis Magno's healthy by then as well.
So, I mean, if I had to guess the lineup, I'm hoping I'm a Barassa fanboy. So I think he's a goddamn stud. So I'm going to say Barassa. We put Micha on the left. I thought Gray played really well as right center back.
Oh, when he's played it.
I mean, today. No, I thought he played well. I thought Gray played well today and right center back. So you have right center back, Chanel mid center back, maybe Morales left center back.
I got you.
Kufre on the left, Micha on the right, Parks, Sands in the middle. and then you got Talis Magno on the left, maybe Siegel on the right. I mean, striker, and then Pereira on the right.
I think I get you.
Yeah. I think that's got to be.
I honestly,
starting
Pereira's
lineup.
our saving grace right now.
My God, he's such a killer.
Anytime
out
he
there.
has the ball, he's dangerous, and you have to guard against him. He's like, he draws people to him because he's so dangerous, which then opens up the field for a back to come around the corner. So Pereira's been like our saving grace. Even that disallowed goal, it should have been a goal, and it just showed how talented he can be and his scoring. Ramos says, if you guys need a field reporter, I am in. I'm down. Hit us up.
Okay, again, the resumes. Maybe we should do this more often live.
But let's see. Brother's back. He says, yeah, I hear from source too. I'm sure that what the status of those injuries. Maybe
the
change
Forever
keeper.
Pod guys, say what's up. You want to
Forever
say what's
Pod.
up? You want to say what's up live to the crew?
Forever Pod is here.
Yeah, for you guys listening to the podcast.
I would venture go watch some of the comments Nick Cushing had after the game. I think.
Can you
our
give us-
sideline commentator? What did Cushion say?
He actually came out very, very strong against the referee. So I'm happy. I think it'll give the boys a little bit of confidence. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. From a source.
Wait, did he say anything about Free starting over Barraza?
No, nobody asked. It was a lot of conversations about the referee, and Freese actually didn't get brought up. But he defended the boys again. So
Is Nick Cushing getting fined?
it seemed like he came ready to be fined. I think he wrote the check already. Like he was okay with it.
We're about to start a GoFundMe live to pay for Nick Cushing's fine. All right, thanks, man.
Later.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you heard it there live.
Robert Hobson says, I think the Siegel show is over. I thought Siegel played okay, honestly. I mean, the thing is, compared to everyone else that we've had in that position, who are we putting in there, Robert?
The only reason I would say the Siegel show isn't over is because we don't have much option. Wait, we lost.
The Siegel show's the only ticket that we got.
We never addressed Brother's comment. He said maybe change keeper and keep Raza as option. That way we use Gabe Siegel as number 9 if it's necessary. I'm not sure what the status of those
Maybe change keeper and keep us as option. That way we keep Siegel as number 9 if necessary. I'm not sure if we 100% followed, but I would say that, hey, let's give Barraza a chance at striker. Sure, I'll take it.
Well, what do we got here? What did Robert say? I think if the ref had a poor game, but it is up to a football team to play their game and lead the ref out of it, score more goals.
I
would agree with that. To Robert's point,
no.
There's only so much you could blame the ref without being like, "Hey, look, it was our fault. My team wasn't prepared to win this game."
I mean, agreed, but 8 yellow cards seems very unnecessary, and he did disallow a goal, and he gave a penalty kick that didn't make sense. So, like, right there, the score should have at least been 2-2. Am I giving excuses for them? No, but I'm just saying, in this game, I typically agree with you, Rob, that I think blaming the refs is BS. This game in particular, the ref played a huge part of the game.
Well, you do have to say that. I mean, there was a disallowed goal. Then there was a penalty kick based on VAR. So, yeah, this one particularly did have the ref played a role in it. That's what you have to say. Even if it went the one team's way or the other team's way, he made an impact on the game. And usually you want your ref to not be significant in the game. Granted, this was a chippy game and it got out of control early. And this is crazy because this isn't the first time we've had this kind of back and forth with FC Cincinnati. We played them and it's been chippy last year as well. Mm-hmm. So we brought those same chippiness to this game and it was very combative.
Sulemi has a good call here. I hope I'm saying it right, Sulemi. But what's your opinion on Nick only making 2 changes? He brought in Ledesma. He brought in Alfredo Morales. My opinion is, who else are we going to put in there? I thought he made the necessary changes for the depth that we had. And I think Sands had a yellow, so you had to get him out. And I thought that it made sense. Siegel wasn't really producing, so we needed some spark there. So I thought this made sense. I don't know who else we could have brought in, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was a lack of depth here. Like, we just didn't have enough players to sub in.
And best player of the moment by Marcus.
Marcus says best player at the moment. I mean, this is a
GP.
clear. Yeah, Gabriel Pereira has been unstoppable.
If it wasn't for GP, I think we'd be goalless in like the last 5 games.
It's been crazy. I think that's all we got today.
Yeah, I mean, so I know we didn't really do an extensive preview of the New England game, but like we said, New England's got Carlos Gil. They're third in the division, I think. Still, it's going to be a tough one, but hopefully the drums come back, the vibes come back. That it's a Saturday game, and we could really produce. So, final predictions on that game.
I can't ever go with the boys losing. I'm gonna go 2-1. The boys win. I just really hope we win. I think we need that breakthrough game, and it needs to happen ASAP because we're getting to the point that this season might start falling apart. Granted, we have a regular season where like half of the conference gets in, so we still have plenty of time. But I think for the confidence of the team and the fan base wanting to see more, it has to happen now. Something has to make a change now.
So 2-1 is your prediction. You know what? I'm usually the guy who goes conservative. I sometimes do predict losses, but I feel good about it. I felt like we played really solid today, and if the ref didn't play such a big part, we had a chance. And so I'm gonna say we're gonna win that game 2-1 as well. I'll call it. And Marcus, we would love to answer your question about MLS because we have a lot of thoughts here, but I'm afraid we're going to get kicked out of the stadium, bro.
Do we want to answer a few more? Hold on. Let's get a few more and then we're done. The PK and disallowed goals are legit beasts, but how many honest looks at goal did we have? Their keeper was good, but we didn't test him.
That's a good point. Rob's got a good point. We could have had more. Oh, you know what? That probably would change if we had a striker.
It does always go back to the striker.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like that is where we suffer the most is finishing.
Well,
and so
I will say though, Kufre came out to play. He had 2 dangerous opportunities. Actually, Sands had a header. Like there was like clear shots and opportunities that could have been made.
I don't know how many shots we end up having on target. This is what happens when we do it live right afterwards, and we don't have fancy analytics team right behind us. But
what is this? My thoughts are that I get MLS Pass for free from T-Mobile, so I think it's great. Oh, look, we got Roberto. Roberto, come join the show.
Oh, look at this. We got the real.
We got radio play-by-play NYCFC Spanish announcer. Thoughts of the game. Give us some feedback. Fan base is a little upset right now.
Look, it's an incomplete team, and it was incomplete, a month ago, and it's incomplete now. And now you add injuries to the team. Things like this are going to happen. We knew that they were playing with a little bit of fire by not being able to get the guys that they wanted before the window closed, and now they had to wait until after the window opens again, and then whoever it is, they got to get up to speed. That has to happen as well. I liked a lot of the things that happened during the game, especially during the first half. I thought that the new formation was working well. I thought the team was attacking. It was a lot more dangerous, but Cincinnati got a chance, and Lucho Acosta put it in the upper 90, and then here we go. And then all of a sudden, now you're starting to play from behind, right? And then they get a wonderful free kick, so that makes it 2-0. You come back, you get a great goal by Kufre, and everything seems to be fine. And in an innocent play, poor Tony Alfaro is trying to get the ball. Baji beats him to it, puts his leg in front of him, and it's a penalty. There's no doubt that it's a penalty. It's not intentional. It's not a bad play. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And so, when things go wrong and your margin of error is so small because you're not being very effective going forward, again, they got a goal 3 games in a row, but it's only 1 goal. And defensively, they just need to get better. And you lost Tyler. Magno didn't play today. I saw Micha Ilinic earlier today, and he said that he'll probably be ready to play for Saturday. So that's good news for the team. He's not going to be able to start, but, he should be able to play. And, we're going to see what happens. The team just has to keep working, and the players that are on the field are just going to have to play better. I thought that they showed well for the first 35, 40 minutes until the goal happened. And then after that, it took them a little time to get going again. And also, give credit to Cincinnati, okay? Mm-hmm. The last 2 games have been against 2 of the best teams in the East, if not the entire league. They're not playing against soft teams, right? This isn't, playing against the DC Uniteds or the Toronto FCs of the world right now. They played against 2 of the best teams in the league. And there's a reason why they are where they are. Cincinnati's having a record season right now. Philadelphia, once they got rid of the Champions League, they've been absolutely on fire. So, I just say that, be patient. The league is kind. There's 9 teams that make the playoffs. Then New York City isn't that far away. I know they're second from bottom right now, and only Miami is behind. And I don't know if Miami won or not. I haven't checked, but we'll see, what happens. But it's not panic time. It's not panic time at all.
What about those people who are panicking and saying, hey, Nick Cushing, like, is it that we might have a striker coming in, so we need to be patient, or is Nick Cushing not doing enough with the lineup he currently has?
No, I think he's doing what he can. I mean, it's not just on him. He puts the players out there. The players have to perform, right? And the players have to be, slightly more disciplined. Today, they got 7 yellow cards. It's a record for the team. They had done it twice before. They'd gotten 6. Now they got 7. You could say Armando Villarreal was a little bit quick with the yellow cards, but a lot of them, were earned. Yeah. So, they have to be more disciplined. You can't get yellow cards for complaining and things like that. There's a lot of frustration going on with the team. Look, the next game is against New England. New England tied Atlanta 3-3 tonight. New England's allowed 9 goals in their last 3 games. They've allowed 11 in their last 4. They have 2 ties and 2 losses in their last 4 games. So let's see if New York City can come out here, play a good game, get a result, and, things will start looking up. But it's not panic time. It's not like let's fire Nick time. It's ridiculous to even think that right now. It's an incomplete team. And without having, especially the positions that they're incomplete, the spine of your team, all right, is your bread and butter. And they're missing a center back and they're missing a center forward. So, to ask Gabe Siegel to perform the way Tati Castellanos was performing last year is a hell of a lot to ask, right?
Yeah.
Look at the players that have left this team, okay? You can go with Tati, Tinnerholm, Morales, Callens. Who else am I missing? But just enough with those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That leave. All right. That's high quality stuff all the way around, and it's all the way up and down your lineup. Sean Johnson, somebody else. So it's a lot of talent to replace, and it wasn't going to be easy to replace them just during the winter window. So you got to give them time. You got to give the team time, and we'll see. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. They're going to be in the playoffs. I'd be shocked if they're not. I'll be shocked if they're eliminated. They're going to not only be in the playoffs, they'll make noise in the playoffs. As long as they get the right number 9s, and they're going for 2 number 9s and 1 center back, at least with those 3. Okay.
Any names on those number 9s?
Did you hear that?
I have no names.
2 number 9s. You got the scoop here live. But Roberto, we're gonna record the show from now on here to get you like a seat. You're gonna sit right here on every episode.
It depends what time I finish my radio broadcast.
You got some love here. It's Roberto, my boy, Espanol.
Listen to our radio for crying out loud.
Please listen to it. It's a great show.
Our radio broadcast where we're on every game. We'll be 3:15 on Saturday with our pregame show. So be there. Also, we do a Facebook Live 90 minutes before the game. And then it's also on New York City Spanish Twitter, NYCFC Espanol. That is also at, when do we do that? So so it's an hour and a half before the game. So 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Nice.
And we'll be right here, right in that corner down there. And that's where we'll do it from.
Thank you, Roberto, for giving us your insight.
Now that I'm here,
we got
Leon is beating LAFC 1-0, by the way, so that's not good news.
Red Bulls beat Miami 1-0 and red card by Red Bulls.
What a surprise!
What do we have? What I'm hearing from Roberto is what we all knew this entire offseason. FO and are either inept or they are not concerned.
No, not inept. Stop it. It's not easy. Tell me, please, understand this, okay? This is something for people to understand. What team in the middle of their season or towards the end of their season where they're fighting to be in Europa League, Conference League, Champions League, or avoid relegation is giving up on a number 9? Who is giving up a number 9?
True.
That scores goals. You want somebody who doesn't score goals? I'm sure they're quite a few. I'm sure that they're happy to get rid of those. But somebody who's actually scoring goals, nobody's giving them up. Now season's over. Now it's going to be easier for the team to go out and get somebody. So we'll see. I know that the team try to speak to LA. Well, they didn't try to speak. They spoke to the LA Galaxy. They were trying to get Jovic, and they were turned down. So it wasn't like the team wasn't trying. They're trying, but not everybody's giving up on number 9s that score goals. If you had a number 9 that scores goals, are you giving them up?
What do you think about us getting Zava?
Zava retired. I think he's doing something holistic. And he had a good run. But by the way, since Zava retired, AFC Richmond is undefeated. So
Facts, B. This guy knows exactly what he's talking about.
We see. I think Roberto has a point.
oh, thank you.
Robert's changed his mind. He said exactly. So things are moving well.
Anybody else?
We got. What do you
I'll
think
take
of
the haters. I'm not afraid.
Ramos just says, "What do you think of James being captain? James Sands."
Why not?
I think
It's
he's been
a
solid.
American team, by the way. Have you seen how many Americans were on the between the starting lineup and coming off the bench today?
I might explain why we're losing. I'm
No, stop it.
I'm joking.
One thing I will say is he's not. I would say if anybody is a vocal leader, I wouldn't say he's a vocal
He
leader per
doesn't
se.
have to be a vocal leader.
That's true.
Captains don't have to be vocal leaders. They don't have to be the guy who's screaming at everybody.
But you like somebody I would say
You do.
Yeah, personally, I do.
Well,
If I was a
fine.
player, I would want somebody who like gets me amped up and says like, guys, we need to do this. And we've seen different people do that. Like let's say Thiago Martins after the Orlando game.
That was great.
He got them all revved up. And that's what you want from your captain, no? You
That's
want
part of
somebody
it.
who's going to be a leader. I mean, he's an on-field leader
But
for
who-
sure.
But who says that he's not talking out there? Just because we're not seeing him screaming and gesticulating all over the place doesn't mean that he's not leading.
Fair point.
Facts, B.
Sorry, just facts.
I think that's all we got.
All right, what are your prediction for the New England game?
Oh,
You
yeah.
think we're gonna win it?
I hope so. I mean, no, seriously, they have the talent, I think, to be able to win that game. New England is having all sorts of issues defending against goals again. 9 goals in the last 3 games, 11 in the last 4. They have 2 ties and 2 losses, so they're not exactly coming in hot and heavy as Cincinnati was, which was undefeated in 6, and Philadelphia, which I think was also undefeated in 6 before coming in here. We're talking about 2 of the best teams in the league, coming into Citi Field and Yankee Stadium in New York City, with an incomplete team. Was up against it. They aren't as good as Cincinnati right now. They're not as good as Philadelphia right now. Can things change with all the talent that they have, bringing in the right pieces and fitting? Because that's the key. They've got to fit. Because remember, Pirlo took 6 months. It took almost a year to figure out how to play in this league. Lampard as well. And so not all these guys hit the ground running. So whoever comes in, you can't expect to start scoring goals like Tati Castellanos did when he was leaving. So little patience. I mean, I know it's hard. Nobody wants to see the team lose. Everybody's frustrated with all of this. We understand it, but patience. It's a long season.
In the interim, well, go for your question.
No, I was gonna say predict the score line.
Okay, yeah,
2-1 New York City.
yeah, that's what I said.
You heard it here first. Mortgage your house out. 2-1. Put it on it. We gotta watch.
No.
Don't do
Do
that.
not bet on any advice I give you.
In the interim, who should play our striker? Because we've had Santi as a striker with the false 9. We've had Talis Magno. We've had Gabe Siegel. Who should be that consistent number 9 for us while we figure it out?
You don't have to play with a 9, though. You don't have to play with a 9. You can play with a false 9, which is what, it really depends on the opponent. That's really more Nick's thing. And Rob Vertugian and Mehdi Bellucci and, the rest of the coaching staff to figure that out.
Gotcha.
What's going to be the right combination. I liked what they did today up until they gave up the goal. I liked the way the team was attacking. I liked the way they were creating opportunities. They had Cincinnati pinned for most of the game. Just didn't work out. Acosta is, a special player.
All right.
They're sticking to a draw. Brother is sticking to a draw for the next game. So 2-2.
All right, bro. That's brother's prediction.
Thank you, Roberto, for joining us.
Yes.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, guys, for everything that you do. And hopefully New York City gets a little bit more luck on Saturday. And
Yes.
hopefully everybody shows up. So only
Yes.
14,000 and change for today. I'm expecting at least 24 for Saturday. So
And we
show
need
up.
those drums. Those drums make a world of a difference. I don't know if you
see
didn't hear
By
it.
the way, did you see how quiet the supporters were the last 20 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
They're just standing there in disbelief. It's okay. I mean, it happens. It happens. Anyway,
All right.
a lot of great things have happened with this team. There's still a long way to go.
Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate
All right,
it.
guys. So that's it. That's a wrap for us. We will see you. When are we recording our next episode?
Well, game's on Saturday, so we'll probably be having an episode on Tuesday. So let us know if you guys like this live thing. Maybe we can do it again. I'm sure
Yes.
NYCFC is going to hate us, but we'll keep doing it.
Yes, if you like the live thing, let us know. We'll keep doing it. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.